and our phones, I know, are all now off. But if you accept me to give you an exercise, if you feel you can do it, then you can put your phone on for just only 3 minutes on your WhatsApp. And I want you to think about your greatest enemy, whom you blacklisted on your phone, whom you blocked, your brother, your sister, your boss at work, somebody who took your land and is now your enemy, and send him or her a text message and say, I have forgiven you, I love you, let us meet for lunch today. You're not going to do that. Someone has put his phone back immediately. Think of that person who annoyed you and send him a text now and say, not because Father has told me, but because I have listened to the gospel, I am sending a message now and I say, I forgive you. I love you. Let us meet for lunch today. There's a new place there in the parking lot of Capital Shoppers, Calmel. You take that person there and you buy him or her a glass of wine and whole chicken. How did you feel when I said that? That send a message to your enemy. I know the mood's changed. Say, Father, oyagala kutukola ki? I cannot forgive that person. My dear friends, love is not a feeling. Love is not emotions. Love is action. So Jesus is telling us today, put your love in action. God is love. True love comes from God. And forgive as a loving person, as a merciful person. The world needs love and mercy from each one of us. Your reaction to my simple exercise has shown how we are over-controlled by our natural instincts. I'm not a football fan, and I don't play football, and I don't watch football. I hear teams like Arsenal, Man U, Manchester, Chelsea. Simanyi bitegeeza. I play volleyball, I enjoy music. So if you put here 500 million and you tell me to name one player in any team, I will miss the money. I don't know the names of the players. I don't know the names of the coaches. Nothing about what? About football. Ask me anything else, but not what? Football. I fail to pick interest in that. But in any case, as a responsible person, I watch the World Cup. At least that's what I can do. I watch the World Cup from 1982 to date. At least whenever there is World Cup, I make an effort to follow and to watch. And there I know that those who have played in the past years. So this reminds me of the sad memories of the 1994 World Cup. 1994, where was I? I was in a local seminar at the time. And there was a young man, 27 years old, Andre Escobar, who was a key defender for the Colombian national team. And unfortunately, he scored an own goal in a match against the United States of America. And this goal led to the elimination of Colombia from the tournament. It was an accidental goal. I want us to mark that word, accidental. It was not intended. But the media criticized it so much, and it built anger among the people from Colombia. After returning to Colombia, Andrés Escobar was murdered. He was killed on 2nd July 1994 in his hometown, Medellin. He was shot multiple times by a group of men shouting, on goal, as they fired him and ended his life. His killing was influenced by anger and frustration. Escobar's mistake was perceived as a dishonor to the pride of Colombia as a country. And his death is seen as a tragic overreaction to an unfortunate mistake they couldn't forgive. An overreaction to a mistake that led to the loss of life. My dear friends, life is meaningful if you have plenty of cash. Life is what? Is meaningful if you have plenty of cash. Cash meaning C-A-S-H. C standing for charity, A standing for affection, S standing for sincerity, and H for humility. Life is meaningful if we have charity, if we love, and if our love comes from our heart. The people who shot this young man didn't have love from their heart. They were controlled by the anger that was filled in their hearts, that was feeding in their hearts. They had no affection. They had no warm feelings, warm words. They had no care at all. And they couldn't say this was a mistake. And therefore to them, the life of this young man was meaningless. They had no affection for him to say, yes, he made a mistake, let us receive him. S stands for sincerity. Genuine, honest, trust, and straightforward with your feelings. This is what I feel, but I can trust in God to take care of what I'm going through now, other than destroying an enemy. And humility, which is done for S, for H, understanding that no one is perfect, knowing that everyone makes mistakes, and being ready to be open to forgiveness. So some of us, our life is empty if we lack charity, affection, sincerity, and humility. Today, Jesus is inviting us to live a new life. Something new is entering the world through the words of Jesus, who says, love your enemies. This is a new teaching. This is not a command. These are not rules. It's a new way of living, a new way of behaving, because it is coming from someone different, coming from Jesus himself. He's saying, in the past, they have told you, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. That's an old way of doing things. I am the new Moses. I am giving you a new way how to handle life. Be forgiving, be loving. Jesus offers us something that is difficult to put into action. As you have seen at the joke I made, that send your enemy a text, and all of you laughed at my request. So Jesus' teaching shows us it is difficult to love an enemy. it is difficult to do good to those who harm us, who hurt us. From a natural point of view, we might say Jesus' preaching is madness, it is craziness. He's inviting us to do what is impossible. And he has done it many times. He says, if you want to follow me, carry your cross. If you want to follow me, love your enemies. Pray for those who persecute you. If you want to follow me, give up your possessions. Come as a poor person. Blessed are the poor. So Jesus' way is difficult to understand. Allow people to torture you. He says if somebody strikes on one cheek, give the other. Kati nze bw'okuba buno obutamu obwange n'asigazaako ki? I will end up without any more cheeks. So Jesus, we could say, his teaching is madness. But this madness of Jesus is what makes us sane. What can you do, my dear friends, for people to call you mad? I don't know. Think about it. But Jesus is telling us it is in him and through him that we can establish the kingdom of God, where there are no more rules and anything like that. As I said, a new way of living. He's inviting us to think differently. Don't retaliate. Don't revenge. Make yourself a place, a person where violence ends. When it says offer the other cheek, don't retaliate, don't fight back, he's saying let that violence stop at you. Don't make it continue. Don't pass it on. Don't repeat the violence. Don't reenact it. Don't pay back. Don't hand over violence. Don't hand over hatred. Don't hand over feuds to the next generation. It must end with you. Show the world that evil is powerless and evil is limited. Let evil burn itself out. Be a place where evil ends and where evil dies.